What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Booth Podcast. My name is Ken, along my co-host, and welcome to the episode, or welcome to the podcast where we talk about life, love, and the deep things you can't talk about with anyone else. I didn't say that. Yeah, okay, sorry. As you can see, or if you're new here, this is kind of like a new setup. We're just experimenting right now, seeing how it is. So let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, I guess this doesn't really
apply to
matter to you.
you.
Yeah. But it's basically, if to put it into scenario, we have posters behind us. We got Rocky poster, we got the Batman poster, the recent one, and I have a blonde poster by Frank Ocean. And we're sitting on a couch.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that's really new. But welcome to episode 76? 77 or 76, whichever one. You know, probably correct myself there. But yeah, guys, it's been a busy week. I know people just started going back to school, so if you are, good luck to you.
Oh yeah, dude, have fun.
Yeah, if school's not for you, just drop out. Unless you're in high school, that's a no. Just finish high school. That's essential. But yeah. So what's going on with you? Before we dive into like our topics and shit today.
I guess the newest thing is that, it's still my film that I'm working on. That's still the newest thing that I got going on. Been working with a really solid team. This one feels
different.
It feels different in the sense that it doesn't feel like a school project.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the school project, even though it really felt like that was as legit as it gets, it still felt like a school project just because I felt like I had to be with a bunch of other classmates.
Fair.
This one is obviously just people that I know, not within the industry, but within like they're like a little bit above me for sure. They're like people that are really working hard in making it, and like
they have a drive that's like bleeding into you.
Yeah, and it's been really nice to have. It's a change of pace, and I really like having a solid team like them to work around and like also keep me sharp because I have been out of it for years. It's been fun. I'm excited for production to start.
Me too.
All the stuff is technical right now.
Yeah.
All the technical work, and then all the work afterwards is also going to be more technical. But I do hope to have this one done very, very soon.
Yo, I heard you're making a film. What's it about?
My film is called What Once Was Forever. It's about love. It's not a love story necessarily. It is, but it's also not. It's just a story about love and how like it doesn't always work out the way you want it to be. Someone that you might think is the one is just another one.
Ooh,
it's not the one.
That's my 2019.
Yeah. And it's also just like we've been talking about this on the podcast so many times where it's just like some people are just meant to be chapters in your life. Some people are not meant to be there forever. And that's basically what this is. So spoiler alert, if the title didn't already give it away, that like the couple doesn't end up together. It's supposed to be a reflection of how most people view their relationships in the past, where it's like you remember all the fun moments in like a short glimpse of time. Like they happen so quickly, because when you're having fun, that's how it works. Kind of just
goes, man.
Life quickly. And then, but you do remember a lot of the painful moments. Like it lasts pretty long.
Yeah.
Like breakups.
Yeah.
They kind of sting. And then like I feel like the ending monologue for the main character for Jalen is like it can be very, very relatable. It's you guys will have to hear it. I think
I've heard part of it.
Yeah, it's really I wrote it from the heart. And it's funny because this script honestly started because I heard the sound on TikTok. When I think about love, I think about us. And like that's it. And then once I heard that and a couple of Joey Kidney TikToks. Once I heard a bunch of Joey Kidney TikToks, he's a poet.
No, I know. I follow him.
I just started writing. And that's when that's why there's a line at the end where I think if I'm not, if my memory serves me right, it's even if we weren't forever, at least we were once upon a time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I have fire in my hands. Like, even though like it's not the craziest line, I just thought like, wow, that's nice. Yeah, that's how that's going. I think I'm gonna do more dramas moving forward. I know I wanted to do action.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the stories that feel the most need for me to tell are the ones that I can relate to the most. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like the best tip that I've seen is like, if you don't have a burning passion to tell that story, then it's not a story you're gonna tell.
That's true.
But if you feel the need to get it out, you will tell it.
Yeah.
In any way that you can. And like, yeah, and there's so many different stories that I want to tell, and it's not just all about heartbreak.
Yeah.
It's gonna be about other stuff too. Like,
yeah, but the heartbreak ones are good, man.
they really are. They really are.
Like, I remember I watched Past Lives, right, about a month or two ago, and that thing was it was sad, but it was like reality.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, it's about not heartbreak, but it's like it's heartbreaking though.
Yeah.
Right? And it was just, have you watched it?
No.
Yo, good and bad film. It's like you want it to end the way you want it, but it's not. It doesn't happen because it's reality, right?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's just it hit different for me for certain reasons.
I believe in that. That's why mine is ending like that.
Yeah.
Because I remember everyone hated the ending of How I Met Your Mother.
No, exactly. That's what I tied it to. I'm like, oh, it's the same thing, bro.
Everyone hates the ending of How I Met Your Mother, but I'm like, that's life.
Yeah.
That's
sometimes
why I like it.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't get the happy ending you want. It's for the other person's happy ending, not yours. Yours is just a little ways down the road, and I'm still waiting for that.
My favorite thing is, like, that I've heard is when Barney. I don't know if it was Robin or Barney, but they said, don't think of this as a failed marriage. Think of it as a very successful one that just didn't last very long.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good.
It was, man.
The thing of it, like, maybe this was a really great relationship, but it just wasn't meant to last very long.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a failed relationship, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a way out, but it works.
It's comforting. It's more comforting than like, yo, we broke up. Like, no, we had good memories.
Exactly.
I've seen a lot of people, and I hear a lot about a bunch of relationships where, it was very good for like 5-6 years, but then it just stops, right? And then that happened to one of my old coworkers, right? She found it, like, they dated for like 6-7 years, right? To the point where they were talking about like moving in together, marriage and everything, but they broke up.
Yeah.
Right? A year later, she already found another guy, and like she seems like way more like happier.
Yeah.
I'm just like, when you hear people in like 5-year relationships, you'd expect them like, yo, you ask them, is she the person that you're gonna marry?
Right.
And they're usually like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's great that they think that, right? I'm like, you never know, and I think that's scary to hear. Yeah. Right? I'm like, yo, you want to make it last if it's 5 years already. Right. It's like, yo, you're locked in, right? And then for shit to go down, it's like, damn, you have to start over again. Mm-hmm. Damn.
I love seeing those rules on TikTok of like how we maintain a long-lasting and healthy relationship. Mm-hmm. I think we brought this up in the last podcast.
I mean, there are so many ways.
But like one in particular, I think it was. I just saw another one that was like to always have novelty, always have like a new experiences in your relationship when it starts getting to that boring stage.
Yeah.
Like, you're always like, okay, let's say, I don't know, we've always done this. Let's try doing something that's really out of our comfort zone together. Because then you can share new experiences that you would never have with yourself, with that person, and then now you get to like experience life in a different way.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to like, we spend our whole lives together, but like doing stuff that aren't things that you normally do with other people. And then sharing like a whole different experience, it brings you a lot closer.
No, yeah, 100%.
You ever see them, like, okay, for example, whenever like your friends have hung out outside without you, and they're coming back and they have all these new inside jokes, and they have like, yo, you remember when this happened? it's like now they're that much closer, and you kind of feel a bit of like distance.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. I feel like in a relationship, like you should be like having so many new and fun experiences with this person,
Like intimate moments, everything, right?
Yeah,
You can joke
that you're like that everyone goes like, wow, I'm like, I want that.
Yeah,
or I'm jealous of that. You know, not in a bad way, but in a way that's like everyone can want and thrive in a relationship.
Yeah, that's why I see a lot of people like relationships they say, yeah, it's getting boring. I'm like, yo, just try new shit.
Yeah.
Right? Then they're like, what do you mean? Like, yo, who said it has to be like always talking? Like, you guys can like do pottery. You guys can knit if you wanted to.
I did see that one. Pottery.
You got, bro. There's so many things you can do.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I'm telling you, if to any of the dudes or the girls that need like date ideas and shit, I have right here. I don't know if you can see from there, but this whole list that I have like compiled where it's like cafe. This is all in Toronto though. It's like cafes, restaurants, things you can do in Toronto, right? But yeah, I have an idea for dates and shit. So hit me up because I can help you guys go on the dates that I can't go on right now. Yeah, that's literally it. Like every time someone talks about a date, I'm like, yo, I got you. Yeah. Like go enjoy that shit and tell me how it is.
I wanted to bring us to this TikTok, then we can talk about it and see if we agree or not. These are 5 ways you may be unintentionally invalidating your partner's feelings. Number 1, trying to immediately fix the thing they feel sad about. Guilty.
Yeah. I feel like that's all dudes.
Most men, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's for guys, it's like, yo, you have a problem? All right, let's fix it.
Yeah,
let's go straight into it. Yeah. Right? It's like, why stay being like that? You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I know the way out. Yeah. You know, you want to come or no? Like that's usually like my thought process back then. Yeah. Right? Yeah, it gets you in a lot of fights. It's like, yo, I just want to the girl just wants to be listened to.
Yeah, it's like just comfort me.
Literally, that's all it is.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot, and I've learned to just ask questions. Like, what do you need right now? Do you need comfort, or would you want advice? Like, it's always important to ask questions before you proceed with unsolicited advice. Next thing you know, you create more of a gap. Actually, yeah, you create more distance because now they're trying to tell you how they feel, and instead of feeling supported and feeling comforted, you're like now saying, why didn't you do this, or why don't you do this? Yeah, let's try and do that. It can make a person feel stupid. Like, oh, you're right. Like, why didn't I do this?
And I'm pretty sure they know what to do. It's just like they're just crying it out or like talking it out, right?
And they already have number 1 taken a big step in just telling you what's wrong, and for you to go and say, let's do this instead, it makes them go, okay, like I fucked up. I need you to comfort me in the fuck up. Yeah. And you're here trying to now change what happened. Yeah, it could create more space. You could create an environment where they don't have space to express their feelings, and now they feel like, oh, I don't want to open up to him again, because if I open up to him now, it's going to create like all these random like, oh, here's how we can fix you.
And later on, you're going to think like, yo, we have no problems. Yo, she has a problem building up. And she's probably bleeding it on to like her friends, like, yo, he's doing this and that, right? Or I feel this way, and you're gonna create not a safe space for her anymore, or that person in general, right? And that's when you start to ruin the relationship, right? So you gotta if your partner or the person you're talking to is just venting, just let them honestly. Eventually, they'll come to solutions, right? And that's when you'll be ready to have a helping hand. You know, just be there. Like that's what all they really want. It's like I want someone who's just there to listen and comfort me right now. You know, because I mean, there's already a lot going through their head, right? Or they're going through and shit. So it's like, you know, just be there. You know, that silence is like amazing for them sometimes.
Yeah, that's the most you could do. I think this one I'm guilty of. I mean, for sure. But also, this is one that I hate as well when it's like done towards me too. By adding a but to the end of your apology or trying to explain why they shouldn't feel that way. Yeah. I maybe not the last one, But the first one for sure.
Like, what do you mean?
Like I always I not always, but I remember a time where I always added a but to my apology.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but.
Yeah.
And then what would you say next?
Like, but this was my intention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it doesn't matter what your intention was. It kind of just matters that, like, this is how I feel right now. Yeah.
Oh, dude, now this reminds. Yeah, I know I'm guilty of this.
Because it's like saying, like, for example, if I hurt you, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry I hurt you, but I did, like, it's like now you're just neutralizing your apology. It's like you don't really mean it.
Yeah.
Right? That's an excuse.
It's just like, yo, you should be understanding me.
Yeah, because
Like
the
my
fact
point.
is you hurt
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm guilty of that.
Trying to explain why they shouldn't feel that way. I don't remember a time specifically that I've done it. Maybe I have. Maybe we're all guilty of it. But yeah.
Yeah, yo, that got me fucked one time. So me and Joe were talking about like how often we want to see each other in like a week, right? I said, dude, I don't want to see you every day, right? I'm like, cause I'm busy and shit. Like I'm probably only can only see you like once or twice a week, and then first things out of her mouth were, that was kind of rude. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, you don't want to see me every day? I'm like, I do, but like realistically, like I can only see you once or twice a week. I was being logical as fuck, bro. It's so bad, right? And then like, you're like, think about it. I can only see you once or twice a week, and I don't want to see you every day. That part got her. When as soon as I said I don't want to see you every day, and then that's when I'm like, oh my god, I fucked up, right? I'm like, guys, I mean, I want my space. You want your space, right? Very reasonable, right? And then she was like, yo, that's kind of like that's still kind of rude. I'm like, all right. I asked her, do you want to see me every day? She's like, no.
Oh, don't.
I'm like, and then no, 1 minute or something. I'm like, exactly. And then I'm like, oh, Ken, you're fucking up. You're fucking up. And then she was quiet. She's like, ouch. I was like, oh. I'm like, oh, I'm like, yo, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, you know, it just kind of makes sense. And I'm like, oh my god, yo, you're fucking up. I was fucking up, bro. And then, yo, we weren't even dating yet. This is like before we started dating, right? And then, yeah. So I was trying to apologize, everything. This time I didn't say any but. I'm like, okay, I fucked up. I'm like, I'm sorry that I said that. I didn't mean it that way. I'm just trying to think of more logical. Of course, I want to see you every day. She's like, ended the call. I'm like, all right, this is like 1 a.m. And then I'm like, all right, I'm not going to sleep until like I get a call or text back, right? Because I'm like, she's gonna call me back. 10 minutes pass. She calls me. Right? And then, oh no. I think like, yeah, 10 minutes pass. I call her. And then for 10 minutes straight, she doesn't talk. And it's just me the whole 10 minutes apologizing, explaining myself, over explaining, because I'm like, yo, I didn't mean it like that. Right? I'm like, trying to comfort her. She ends the call again. I'm like, oh, damn. Fuck, I can't fuck this one up. Yeah. Calls me back like 2 minutes later. She's like, first thing out her mouth, I'm done crying. I'm like, oh, I made her cry. That shit got me. And then she was like, just don't say shit like that. I'm like, oh, I promise to be better with my words and everything, right? Yeah. And then we were good. We were good after. I'm like, yeah, yo, that's not the biggest fuck up, but it's like, yeah, I fucked up there. Yeah. So, yeah, that happened.
Don't do that.
Hey man, I was still learning, you know.
No, yeah, for sure. But like, it's just different. It's just, I feel like it's so different when you're like, there's the relationship filter of how you go about saying things.
No.
And then how you go about saying things with your boys.
Yeah,
it's just very different.
Yeah.
Because we can take it, but.
Yeah, yo, it just leaked, man. It's like, yo, like this is the most logical reason there is. And I was like, oh, yep, forgot.
Anyways, number 3. By going straight into an explanation as opposed to focusing how they feel about what they experienced. kind of touched on that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did. I was explaining, but then I had to switch it up. Like, nah, I know how you feel. I'm sorry.
That's why when I know that I've done nowadays, when I know that I've done a bad thing, or like I like said something maybe that was off-putting, I just go like, number one, I apologize right away, because you can tell when someone has a bad reaction to whatever you just said. But there's that, and then it's like, it's also like, what are you feeling right now? Is there any way that I can like comfort you? Just right off the bat. It's like, or do you need space? Like, what is it that you need? Like, I'm really sorry. Because then now that opens up, like, they can talk to you how they want to. Like, they have the freedom to say what they need to say and let it all out. And number two, you're not parenting.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge thing that I used to do, because, like, that was the first form of love that I've ever received. It was my parents parenting me. And they would always justify it with, I'm your parent. Like, this is how it looks like. This is how love looks like. And so when you get into a relationship, it's not about because parenting is a hierarchy, right? Parents, and then there's you, right? It goes like that. So in a relationship, it's not you and then your partner. It's you guys are pretty equal on the on like, you know, on the surface. So if you were to treat them, like, if you were to explain to them, you're treating them like a kid. And that's not how you go about things at all.
Yeah.
Kind of just like, oh, like, I messed up. Like, I'm going to comfort you and I'm going to be there for you in any sort of way that you need. And then when it's the time for us to have like a logical conversation, then it's like, okay, sure. Like, I'm sorry I did that. This was what was going through my head. I know it wasn't right, but that's what I was saying. And then they'll be in a place to be like, I understand, but it's not cool. Whatever. Like, you can have a more simmered down conversation at that point, and it's not so like, but you hurt me. And but this is what I was trying to do. No, it's not. I'm hurt. Mend my wounds.
Yeah.
Me mend my wounds, and then we can talk.
You're responsible for this damage.
Yeah, basically. Handle the situation before we can have a logical conversation about something. Yeah.
That's why it's important to watch your words.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Oh, okay.
That's how you move it, so.
Number 4, not creating the space for their emotions to just exist. Ask me if I'm okay right away. Like, if you hurt me, or if I'm hurt and you're not asking me, like, yo, are you okay? Like, do you need comfort or advice or whatever, need space? If you don't do that, like, and you just go straight into, like, maybe not even saying anything for a while, or even just, like, moving forward, moving on. It's like, I'm hurting right now. Like, are we not going to talk about the elephant in the room?
Yeah.
If you allow someone to just hurt and you're not asking them if they're okay, or if you just kind of, like, don't say anything, they are not only just hurting in the silence, but they're probably overthinking a lot.
Yeah.
And it causes a lot of more damage. Because it's not just like it was like a punch. Like, it wasn't like, you know, it was a stab. Like, now I'm bleeding out. Like, it's either you're going to come to my aid, or it's just going to continue to hurt. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel that's talking about. Like, if there's no space for me to go, this is how I'm feeling, and venting it out, then nothing's being fixed.
And then you just end up, like, hurting yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? Or, like, it's a person that got hurt. It's like, damn. Like, I'm going to start getting this sort of, like, resentment towards you.
Yeah.
Without even, like, thinking about it.
Yeah. Because it feels like you don't care.
Yeah. And, like, the more you do that, where you don't create a space for the other person to, like, you know, talk about things. Yeah. Everything builds up, and then eventually that's the downfall of your relationship. Shit happens, man. You always got to ask your partner, like, if you hurt them, like, are you okay? And everything. You got to make sure you're there. Yeah. Right? Even if it was your doing, you got to make sure you're there, because you're responsible for that doing. Yeah. Right? And you got to, like, to be genuine, man. Like, if you really care about this person, would you really want them to be going through this? Yeah. Right? It's like, you got to step up. Yeah. You know?
Sorry, super random point. Because what we're saying, for sure, to us, like, it really works. A lot of people might try all these things and it won't work. Listen, what we're talking about, mending and fixing a like a problem within a relationship, maybe not right away, but like as efficiently as possible, is super important and healthy, and it's how a lot of healthy relationships move forward. If you're not experiencing that, I hate to break it to you, but it's easier with the right person.
Yeah.
It's easier with a person that's on the same maturity level. It's harder with someone that's not been taught this, grown up in an environment where they can learn how to do this.
Yeah.
So if you're not experiencing this, either you be patient with your partner.
Yep.
Maybe your partner was not taught this, and also really, really, because the thing is, in fights, you really get to know how a person is.
Yeah.
You know how they react to when they're really upset, and how they react when they're really sad. This is them at their most vulnerable state, and how now you respond to that is what makes or break the relationship as well. Because you can either like accept them and like kind of like grow through it, grow with it, or you could kind of just like, not be with it.
Yeah. So it depends. Yeah. At the end of the day, like, is it worth it for them? Yeah. Right. To be putting yourself through the patience of it all. Yeah. Or like really doing all these things. Because that's the same thing. Yeah. What makes or breaks it. Yeah. Right. So just be patient. Honestly, if you're with a person who has a hard time expressing their feelings or anything like that, my best advice is, one, be patient, but also push a little bit. Yeah. Right? You gotta like keep pushing to the point where it's like they let it out. Yeah. Right? Like I had to do that. Yeah. In order for like the girl that I was seeing, like to like really get her emotions out. Yeah. Right? And it worked. Yeah. Right? And then eventually they start getting better. They start telling you like a little faster than like later. And then it's like, all right, cool. It's little things, but it works. Yeah. Right. So that's my piece of advice,
It's like a push and pull. I feel like obviously don't push to the extreme. That's not what we're saying. We're saying push like just enough that you give them space to kind of learn. Yeah. Because if they're not given that space to kind of be like, oh, this is someone that cares about me. This is someone that wants to like listen to my problems. Yeah. I should try to kind of like allow that to happen, because that's honestly how a relationship also gets stronger. Yeah. Is by allowing yourself to be vulnerable with a partner. And that's only when we kind of give you the space, like, come on, like, it's okay, talk to me. Yeah. It's only you and me. It's not like I'm like someone that is trying to hurt you.
Yeah, you gotta create that sense of vulnerability and safety at the same time. You gotta make sure like, you can actually really tell me. Yeah. It's just you and I right now.
Just you and me.
That's it. You gotta say it in a voice that's like tone wise, like very gentle.
Super important.
Yeah, very gentle, but very like stern and comforting at the same time. Does that make sense? Right? It's like, just tell me. Yeah. And then eventually it works. Yeah. I've had experience in that. I had to like push her buttons and shit.
Number 5, telling them they were wrong for how they feel or how they felt because it just didn't happen. That's just gaslighting, I feel like.
Yeah, that's gas. That's 100%. Like, you shouldn't be feeling that way.
Yeah. Telling them they were wrong. Yeah, that's just gaslighting.
I think the only time I'd gaslight.
Oh, no.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. It's not even like that. Okay. Only time I'd gaslight if it's like something I enjoy doing and I'm telling them how amazing it is and like telling them like, yo, you better enjoy this shit. Right? Trust me, it's so good.
Okay.
Right, okay, that's like that. Not like other things. Right. It's like, I want you to enjoy this.
Yeah, not in a serious manner. Okay.
Yeah.
That I understand.
Yeah. Damn. I wonder what it's like to be toxic. I don't want to be that person, but I'm always curious. I'm like, damn, what are people like in toxic relationships? Like being a toxic person. Yeah. Right? It's like it's intriguing to me. I'm like, how fucked up are you to be talking that bad to like your girl or your partner or whatever? Right? It's like, what's going through your head?
Mm.
Right? Why are you talking down on someone who's trying to like probably lift you up?
Yeah.
Right? Me and my manager had a conversation about this, so it's like it intrigued me. I'm like, damn, man, this is like some real shit. It's like, how do you, why are you doing this to the person? You know?
It's crazy because what I've always noticed with really toxic relationships is I've seen like they might not have the best relationships at home.
No, yeah, we talked about it too. Like it bled on from like other things.
And then there'll be situations where they do have a great relationship at home. It's nothing like that. It's more so the things they consume.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a toxic relationship?
I don't think so. I think there were moments of toxicity, but it didn't mean it was a toxic relationship.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No, I get it. It's
Um,
like you've done toxic things, but it doesn't mean it was like the whole relationship was toxic.
yeah. Because it's not like we were like fighting every day and it was like that bad.
Yeah.
Because tread lightly when you use the word toxic relationship, because there are like actual toxic relationships that to me are like, that's bad. And for someone to say like, oh, I have a toxic relationship, but it's not like this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those ones where like they fight every day. They say like the worst things to each other.
Yo, I've seen them.
That aren't just insulting, but like
Degrading
and things that they would do.
Yeah.
Like now it's actions that they would do against the other person. I've heard like a lot of physical abuse. Even just like doing crazy like some of the craziest things I've seen were like throwing a boyfriend's PS5 out the window.
Like you've actually witnessed that shit.
Oh no.
Okay. I thought it was
on
like
the internet.
Yeah, okay.
That one's like I keep my space pretty healthy. Like
yeah.
the only toxic things I see nowadays are like on the internet. I try not to like be involved with anything like that. Yeah, I've seen like things like he keyed my car, she keyed his car, or like breaking. Dude, I saw one recently and it was hilarious because it was so dumb.
Yeah.
She was trying to blow up her boyfriend's car. So she like put like gas inside and like lit it up, and then it backfired and a little explosion happened in her face. Damn. Hilarious as in like, dude, how are you gonna do that and mess up? But obviously, like, that's not okay. Yeah. People getting hurt is not okay. But yeah, things like that. I think that's crazy to me.
Yeah. So, man, if you're in a toxic relationship, hey man, I pray for you.
It's tough.
I hope one either get out of it or it gets better.
Ooh.
But I feel like a lot of people try to say that. It's like, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. Ooh. I feel like you gotta know the point when you should leave a toxic relationship.
I feel like you should just leave it. I feel like that's just clean cut. Restart.
See, I want to say something, but I don't want to manifest it. You know what I mean? I think you know what I'm going with this.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. I remember Mereba. You know Mereba?
Who?
Mereba, Mereba.
No.
Oh, she's like an artist.
I think I do.
She's like a singer-songwriter, and she said this thing where don't plant a seed if you do not wish to grow it. So I was like, I don't want to plant that shit in my head.
Right.
I don't want to plant the ideas of toxic relationships in my head, because then I'm like, I'm gonna like self-sabotage myself into doing it.
Right.
So like, fuck that shit.
Super random. Just because the Olivia Rodrigo album came out, have you listened to any of it?
I listened to like 80% of it.
Okay. Is she toxic? Just a question.
See, I didn't really listen to lyrics that much. I was just vibing to it. But
there are some things that were kind of problematic to me.
I think there are some things where you just don't bring that shit up.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's her way of expressing her feelings, then yeah, sure, by all means, But a part of it is coming from like, yo, it's a little bit of like, yo, fuck you. This is it. I feel like, what do you call that stage in grief? Oh, anger. I feel like that's where she's at. Even though I'm pretty sure like she's already done grieving, but like,
in the album,
like the way she sings it, it's like it's very like angry.
Yeah.
I mean, very Avril Lavigne inspired esque, right? But it's like,
right.
Avril Lavigne was still happy saying that shit,
Okay.
She's like fueled. You can hear it.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Which I fuck with.
I'm saying this out of the headspace that I don't support any sort of sneak disses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you like sneak disses on like artists?
It's fun. It's funny to hear. Yeah, it's like, oh shit, yo.
I think Eminem going at MGK was cool, but like, I don't know. Sneak disses to me are like, why?
Like to me, okay, sneak this is like a very pussy move in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, because I grew up with like rappers and shit.
Yeah.
Like hearing them, it's like, yo, this straight up said that shit. Yo, fuck you, yo, and then they say their lines.
Yeah.
Right? Like, bro, even you know the movie 8 Mile?
Yeah.
You know that scene where fucking Eminem's against Papa Doc, and yo, it's the greatest like rap battle I've ever seen, or at least like because it's Eminem and shit.
Yeah.
He's just like straight up dissing all of them.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, this guy's, you know, he's not sneak dissing straight up at you right now. He's saying it to your face.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, yo, tell the shit straight up.
Yeah.
You know, this straight up, you know. It's like, yo, you're cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, yeah, it's like, yo, fuck you. Yeah, sorry, that's just me.
I don't know. I had mixed feelings about a lot of the things that she did in her.
Mm-hmm.
I love her music.
Yeah.
Not all of it. I love her music though.
Yeah.
I think there's just some things that I was like, ooh, why did we say that?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just, there was one line that I don't know, felt weird to me.
Mm.
You know, I'm not gonna bring it up. It's okay. Just like, I don't know.
Okay.
Do I like any rappers that degrade women? No. I don't think it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Either way,
Yeah.
I'm equal. I'm neutral. I just think people should just make music.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if it's, you know, something that you need to feel out, that's cool. But like targeting people,
Hey man, I like it when people take shots, so I'm kind of.
you like the problematic.
Nah, dude, I'm
you like the drama. You like the tea.
Yeah, okay, I'll be real. Like, I think I've been called this. Yeah, no, I'm an instigator.
You are an instigator.
I'm an instigator, and
true.
I like seeing the chaos from outside. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, drama. It's not for me, but I want to enjoy this shit. Yo, swing my popcorn. Let me see what's happening.
To push buttons, bro.
I do. I actually do, and it's like I push it a bit. Like I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's bad. Don't get me wrong, but to me, it's like
this guy got me in trouble just like a few days ago.
that was not intentional though. That was unintentional though. Right? If you know, you know. That's all we're gonna say. That's all we're gonna say.
Anyways, that is all the time that we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Name any other things that you want to talk about in the comments below. We always feel the need to bring up anything to help you guys. As always, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tune in to our Spotify. Also, tune in to any new latest things that we have cooking up. We have a few things in the works right now. You guys already heard me mention my film. We still have another project that me and Ken are doing.
Yep.
So tune into that one. Any other last words for you?
Yo, that's kind of it.
Yeah.
You know, nothing. You know, we're just doing our things right now. You know, I kind of on my end, I'm at a stage of like, I'm like networking and shit,
right?
And I don't want to like reveal too much to people. Cool. As corny as it sounds, like I just don't want to say it until like I have something to prove,
right,
or something to show for it. But yeah, follow me. I have shit that I'm doing. Yeah, you know, it's like I'm excited for it. And yeah, if you're in Toronto and you're down to like network on a creative side, totally down for that. Just hit me up. You know, Instagram bio, both of us. And yeah, that's been the Boot Podcast episode 77, I believe.
7, yes. Oh, I believe we'll put it in the description. Click the link in the description below to support and help produce my film, What Once Was Forever. Any help goes a long way. So, do that. That's been the Booth. That's been Dom.
Ken.
Peace out.